Hi everyone, welcome to our Marine Knowledge channel. This is your Sailor Basha. Last time I had given you a video about the operation of jet filter. This time I would like to share some video about how to do the filter cleaning of jet filter. So please watch this video. I try to give maximum information about how to clean, what are the procedures to clean the jet filters. So please watch the video, put your comments in comment box. Definitely I will reply you. We'll go inside the video. We are going to do the filter routines. So before starting the filter routines, we have to switch off the power for the filter. So we are switching off the power first. Okay, now we switch it off the power, and then next thing we need to do is we have to close the inlet, and we have to open the bypass valve first, and we have to close inlet and outlet valve. So both the valves are closed and the bypass valve is opened. Next we need to remove the orifice in way of drain valve so that oil can drain faster, and then we have to disconnect the power for filter rotating motor. We are disconnecting the power. Okay, just you need to remove the power cables and secure the cables. That's all. So next thing is we need to vent the filter. So you have to open the vent valve and ensure the oil comes and stops. Then it is safe to open the filter. So now we are still in process of opening the orifice plate from the drain valve. So this orifice plate ensures a constant flow when the drain valve is opening during the backwashing operation. So once we remove this orifice plate, and the oil which is inside the filter will get drained very quickly, because this plate has a very small hole, so that if we don't remove the orifice plate, it will take a very long time to remove the oil which is inside the filter. So it is always advisable to remove the orifice plate from the drain. So this is the orifice plate which I am talking about. You can see here. And this is your auto drain valve. So we are opening it manually, because you can see the valve position is half opened and half closed, and we are opening it fully. You can see the top valve is fully closed and the bottom valve we are trying to open it. So we are opening it manually. I just want to show how to open this valve manually. Here bottom you can see the manually opening arrangement, and once that is done, so there won't be any oil coming out, because we already vented the oil, and we opened the drain valve and the oil will be draining. So by the time we open the cover of this jet filter, so always ensure you are keeping the nut bolts safely, and once you are removed, you have to put the eye bolt, and you have to fix the wire sling and chain block. Always ensure your chain block is properly checked, and slowly lift your jet filter cover. So you can see here, this is your jet filter, and the cover you have to secure it properly. So we clean the jet filter on the top. Now we are going to lift the jet filter. So for lifting it, you have to remove the locking arrangement, which have two nuts on top of it. So two nuts will be there and two washer will be there. Always ensure you are keeping the nut and washer properly, safely. So we are removing the nut. You can see here. This is one nut and this is your washer. Okay, now we are going to lift the filter. So again, whenever we are lifting, ensure your chain blocks are properly checked, and whenever you are lifting, lift it slowly. So now we are lifting the filter. So okay, so we lifted the filter. You can see the condition of filter. This is the reason why it gives this differential pressure alarm. So always if this kind of situation occurs, this alarm will come, so we need to do the maintenance work. Okay, so now we are going to shift the filter from the casing area. So in order to avoid oil spilling, we cover it with a garbage bag and tie it. So okay, now we use one more chain block so that it is easy for us to pull the filter from the casing area and keep it on the other side. Okay, so this jet filter on the top area is a little bit damaged, and maybe I don't know how it got damaged, maybe older damage or something. So now we are securing the filter inside a bin. So once we secure it inside this tray, so we can start cleaning the filter. Okay, so initially we will use diesel oil to remove all the impurities which is stick outside the filter. You can see here we are using the diesel oil initially. We just rinse the rags with the diesel oil, and we'll clean all the impurities. You can see the difference when we clean it. So this is how we need to clean initially to remove all the dirts, impurities which is accumulated outside part of your filter. Okay, so once this is done, we can do the chemical cleaning. So you can see here now the filter is clean after doing cleaning with diesel oil. Once this is done, we will put inside the chemical. This is your water and chemical mixture. So what we do is we add chemical and we dilute with the water and keep the air flow so that the water will splash all over the filter, and means the chemical will be going all over the filter. So once we rinse it for 1 hour, and then we have to clean with the clean water. So now we are spraying water, and you can see the dirts are coming out. You can see the difference in the area where the water is being splashed. So this is the second part, initially with the diesel oil, and second you have to do with the chemical. So once you are done with chemical cleaning, you can see here the filter now is looking very good, clean, and then you have to do the air wash so that whatever remaining will be going out. So this is how you need to do the air wash for your filter. This is your shaft for rotating your filter, and you can see the pin is being broken, so we will change the pin when boxing up. Okay, so this is your inner chamber of the filter casing, and you can see the jet nozzle which I told about this jet nozzle in my last jet filter operation video. So through this jet nozzle only, the high pressure oil will come from the high pressure pump and spray over the filter. So those high pressure oil will remove all the dirts which is accumulated outside the filter. This high pressure nozzles, you can see here, it will be spraying oil over the filter around the 90 bar pressure. So whatever dirt remaining will be sprayed out, and the drain valve will open, and all the dirts will go to the drain tank. You can see the number of jet nozzles. This nozzles will be operated in series. We got 4 solenoid valves which open and close this jet nozzle. This is the inner body casing, and this is your inlet pipe for our fuel oil to the filter, and the outlet will go through this way. This will be your outlet. So oil comes from outside the filter and goes out through this way. This is how the oil flow happens in jet filter. So now we are putting back the orifice in place. Okay, you can see the orifice, the smaller hole is the hole which I am talking about earlier. So this is how the flow is controlled, and the constant pressure outlet will be there through this orifice. There won't be any sudden drop in pressure or not. There will be a constant flow. So as I always say, whenever you are using bolts, always give a coat of copper slip or any anti-seizure coat. So now we are fixing back the orifice which is an outlet of your drain valve. So we put back and tighten it. In the meantime, we'll fix the filter back in place. Okay, now we are giving an air wash. So once we are done with diesel wash, chemical wash, water wash, finally we do a air wash. So we are lifting the filter. Again, whenever you are lifting, use proper chain blocks, and always ensure the gasket area is clean. And if you feel any problem in the gasket, change the gasket. So this gasket got damaged, so we are going to change the gasket, and the gasket surface should be properly buffed. There should not be any impurities like no dirts accumulated, no oil stains accumulated. So we change the gasket. Now we are lifting the filter. So as I say always, you have to use proper lifting tool. Okay, so now the filter is in place now, and we need to put down the filter back inside the chamber. Okay, so now you can see here the filter should go exactly through the rotating spindle down. That is your stationary one. So the filter is lowered, and it should be lowered slowly so that it don't get damaged by hitting the side wall of the chamber. Okay, now the filter is almost inside the chamber. Okay, you can see you just need to ensure the filter exactly passes through the stud, which you always means which you will be tightening the filter against the thread. You can see a small stud is being visible, and yes, now the filter is properly seated. So next thing that we need to do is remove your chain block, like your D shackles and everything, wire D shackles, all belts and everything. Be very sure that you are not leaving anything inside the filter after placing it in place. So now this is your washer, metal washer, and on top of it we put a Teflon washer, which is very important. This Teflon washer ensures your free rotation of your filter. Next is your nut, and you fix one lock nut on top of it. That means one metal washer, above it one Teflon washer, and two nuts, and tighten it properly. Do not over tighten it, because this nut is just holding the filter against the thread. That's all. So you should not tighten it too much. Okay, so the hand tightening is okay, no need to do tightening with your hammer and all. Hand tightening is very okay. Okay. So once that is tightened, then we put the other lock nut on top of it, and we have to tighten in the same way. You should not tighten it too much, just hand tighten is okay. So once you tighten both the nut, and the check that you need to do is you have to turn the filter and see. Now I am turning the filter. You can see there is no restriction in flow, so the filter is properly seated. So rotation checking is very important after boxing up this filter. So we changed a new gasket. As I always say, put a anti seizure on top of it, and now the filter is ready for boxing up with the filter top cover. So okay, now we are going to lift up the top cover and fix it in place. So this preparation of the cover is going on, removing all the old gaskets. So once that is removed, we will put back in place. So you can see we already changed the pin with the new one, and this pin have two split pin which will be a locking for it, so it don't come out. You can see one side is already fitted with the split pin, the other side also should be provided in the same way, so that this pin won't fall off. So both the side it got a locking arrangement. So once that locking arrangement is in place, then this pin will act between the filter filter studs, and while the filter turning motor is turning, this will turn the filter. So this pin will be seated between the two rods of the filter which I shown earlier. So it will go between these two and acts like a shaft to rotate along with the motor to rotate the filter during the back flush is happening, during the jet filter cleaning operation is happening. So you can see we are fitting back the next pin also. When you fit back, fold it nicely so that the pin won't fall down. So okay, this is how we fix the pin along with the shaft. Okay, so we are ready to lift the cover now. Okay, so we lifted the cover. You can see you can see the pin will go between the filter to rod. You can see that so this is what I am talking about. It goes in between those two rods, and when the filter rotating motor rotates, this will turn the filter. So this is how the filter rotates when your filter rotating motor operates. So if this pin got broken, then only your motor will rotate and the filter don't rotates. So the reason why we got those dirty fuel oil filter is because that stud got broken. You have seen that in that I showed you. So you can see this shaft will go between those two filter pins. So this is how the filter rotates. So now the cover is in place. Now next thing all we need to do is we need to put back the bolts and nuts in place. So always ensure you are tightening the bolts and nuts in an angle cross. So again, whenever you are using this nut bolts, always ensure you are putting a coat of anti-seizure or moly coat or grease. So you have to fix that. So we are fixing up the motor connection. So motor connection is done parallelly, and once the motor connection is done, then we are ready to put the jet filter in operation. So now we are going to put back the filter in operation. So for putting back the filter in operation, you need to open the inlet valve for the jet filter, and you have to purge out the system. So once you open the inlet valve, the oil will start flowing inside the system, and you have to check whether oil is coming out through the purging pipe. And you can see here, you can see air is coming out of the purging pipe. Once the oil starts coming out from this purging pipe, then you can close the, you can see the oil is coming out, so now the chamber is completely purged. And you can open the inlet outlet valve, close the bypass system. And now we are switching on the power. Okay, we switch on the power. You can see the light is glowing, power light is on. Okay, so we are done with the cleaning. We close the bypass valve. Okay, we are done with jet filter cleaning. I believe this video must have given you some information about how to clean a jet filter on board ship. And in my next video I will try to show you how to overall safety valve and how to change seals in a jet filter. Thanks for watching. Please keep supporting, guys. Thank you all.